This is an old, I just found this earlier. This is old ass Gen 1 Coal Black. I'm going to do the shampoo bottle real quick. I've had this since the first wave of paints. I think I can get some black out of it. Throw that away. I'm going to get some... I think I've got another bottle like that. Yep. Another Gen 1. And I've been going through my bottles. I'm like, okay, you're saving these bottles. Let's just actually cash them real quick, you know? Because I'm like a hoarder when it comes to like my favorite paints. Just put a little flow improver in there. Stir that up a little bit. Let me get some transparent black. Oh, actually, I got some more coal black right here. This is almost cashed. See, this one also needs some shampoo bottle. He's Go Boy's like, you hobo, just get more bottles. I'm being efficient, dog. This is all usable paint, son. Here's some transparent black. Want to see ultimate hobo? Get some transparent black. Which again, I'm almost out of this. Cause like I use these so often. This is straight up almost cashed. Some water. Pour the water and the transparent black into the coal black. Get the rest of this coal black out. Look how much black I have from these empty bottles you would have thrown away, Goat Boy. Look at all that. Look at all that coal. Look at all that. These are like 3 empty bottles. That I've had for like a year. Okay, I'm going to open up the cone real wide. I'm just going to do a quick light pass. It's about hitting as much real estate as you can. So you want to take a step back, open up that cone. You don't want to linger and let it get wet. You just want to rotate and cover it in one consistent sheet. If you start to see it get like really shiny and wet, just stop and hit it with air. Gotta shine some real light on it now. Sam Wolf says, bah. It's not like you paid for them, right? Wait. So are you saying because I don't have to buy Monument Hobbies paints because I'm their sponsor, that I should just be deliberately wasteful with them? That kind of seems cruel. Sam Wolf. We're just hitting it for a second pass, trying to make sure we shove the black into all the recesses. Get a nice clean finish here. Now I'll take an opportunity to locate my shoulder pads that I put down somewhere and lost. Tight. This always happens. Where the fuck did I put them? Did I like Just throw them on the ground. That would be so obvious if I just threw them on the ground. This is insanity. Why does this always happen? like where the fuck are they? Like, I actually cleaned my desk up a little bit. Here's my tape. Where's that little piece of wood I stuck them to? Found it. B-Dubs Terrain Forge. Our promo today is we have stacking 2x dogs. So we got double yo dogs. Beast mode multiplier. We're running our beanie promo. And we have our month ender top D Grand Prix. Oh, God. I can put a glove on like a grown up. One second. Just like spray it all over my hand. Like, just ridiculous. Just kind of rinsing that off. Just real quick, get that coverage. Set that down. Let's come back here. Let's hit it with air. Make sure it's nice and dry. I'm going to just also sling another pass. Now, we did do some modulation in our blacks because everyone wanted me to. So you can see how black that is and how there's obviously some gray in this comparatively, especially when the light's shining on it. And you can see how really not black this is. Comparatively. So we've got to be subtle. So we're just going to introduce a little bit of white. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Knocked like 8 paints over. A little bit of white. Want to be real respectful here, guys. You don't want it to be like very gray at all. Now we want to also cool it up a little bit, so we want to introduce a little blue. Some sky blue right here. I'm gonna see if I can get a spot of this. There we go. Just shampooing the rest of this black into there to stabilize it. Let's add some water. Really lower that opacity. That's important to this. All right. Where did I throw my paper towel? Okay, so what we're going to do is just lightly introduce some basic transitions. Just real light. You're not going to repaint this guy. Okay? And we're just sneaking a little bit of top shadow or top highlight in. That simple. And I may need it on the gun, so I'll just do a quick top blast on the gun. Since it is gray, I'll do the shoulder pads real quick because they're eventually going to be white, so that's a better primer. Now, I'm going to save this mix because I may need to call upon it again. So I'll just pour some of it right here. I just kind of did a quick hobo rinse on our airbrush. Tam Wolf. So making it cooler, is that all it takes? Well, like yeah. I mean, basically the trick is that you don't want it to be too bright. If you disrespect the black by going to essentially like bright ass cold gray, like it's gonna look like shit. So just a little bit. I'll get the rest of the coolness from doing edge highlighting. Okay? Remember, like, edge highlighting is where the real magic's going to happen. So we'll be able to engineer more pop there. So, like I've mentioned before, this step of, like, modulating the black now, kind of like a time waster. So I just went back in time to something a little blacker. And I'm going to use this as a filter. So it's really, really light opacity. And so this is not as gray or opaque as what we just did. And I'm going to use this to kind of work out any gray getting too deep into my black. But this isn't going to have a lot of coverage. This is like, let's see here. So you see that puddle right there? That's what we're working with. And you see it's just almost black. I'm just making sure things are smooth. Kind of just spot checking. The nice black filter. Some slight modulation, and I can live with that. I'm happy. We're done. Tam Wolf, and edge highlighting will be cooler blues and grays. I'm never going to ever reach for a gray paint. Just remember that. It's going to be black and white and blue. And I'm going to make them exactly what value I need to make it to respect the workup. You'll rarely ever catch me grabbing a gray. I'll make gray. Well, I missed a few. Let me get some strong man love in the chat from my man Russ coming in with that 3x multiplier 69 bonus. Yo dogs is starting the UK New Year's as I wish to continue a 69 bonus. Lol. Here's another year. Hopefully is much better one. I'm bad at reading. Thank you, Russ. And happy belated birthday. Tom Duster also with the 26th month resub. I missed that a minute ago. Thank you, brother, for the kind words. And Krell, thank you. So, what was I doing again? Oh, yeah. So let's just grab a bunch of white. Pile it up. Tambo says, thank you for the explanation. I really should take your 101 class. Yeah. So this is like still not white, but I'm just going to quickly take these to this position. So that's like, it looks white on camera, but it's not. It's really, really light gray. Just dump the pot, do a quick reset, guys. Pure white. Oof. My airbrush is sticking right now. Just a little bit more white on top. You see, you can't even see them now, how they're just bouncing all the light off. Look at that. Set those up over here, let them dry. Let's move the gun over here. Back to the sidecar. Now, we could do some like panel modulation and stuff like that, but honestly, I feel like it's always just a extra steps you don't have to do on black. Just doing some visual inspections. It's good enough. It's just going to come down to edge highlighting now. That's really it. So let me just put the airbrush down. Cut the compressor, guys. Oh my god. Oh, you know what actually would be kind of hype? Let's put a pin in that for a second. Let's run it back to these shoulders. And let's just get the red trim so then we can glue them on real quick. I think that would be better. So here's a wet palette from last week. Let's get a little red. Oh shit. We're catching that raid. Let me get some strong man love in the chat and woman love. Jentastic and Jason Craze coming in with that raid life. What's up, guys? You guys do like an extended edition New Year's stream? Happy New Year's, guys. So I'm just going to take some practically raw dog paint here. Monument says, nah, I wasn't supposed to stream at all. Just kind of winged it. Ah, figured. Well, we're about to use the signature Pro Acryl from Monument. We're using some burnt red right over this kind of white gray airbrush job, and this should stick so easy. You can use a semi-opaque, slightly wet mix. You can move to the vertical heart pull position where you just kind of skirt and pull straight back. And I'm working off the bottom ledge because it's safe. And I'll just kind of creep up into the white as safely as possible. So I'm like not even trying to catch that top shelf just yet. just try to lay this down over most of that real estate on that trim. So again, I'm going to position myself with some stipples here and then just pull straight back. And I'm using my X10 right now. Semi-opaque and a little wet. The wetness is so I can spread it easier. You see, if I change to the tracer, I can, from this safe edge, I can actually kind of get the whole shelf. You see, where now I'm holding my breath and swinging it from right to left. Now the problem with the white is that there's always going to be this like white shelf in there that you have to now change positions, kind of get to the top, and just ride deep in that channel. And straight up coloring book. Just stay inside the lines. Rotate the viewing angle again, just ride deep in that recess. Ooh, it's laying down on me. And this is the only kind of high stress part of the paint job for the shoulder pad. So we've got the burnt red laid down on that one. Bruticus, Iron Fist, been looking for your stream, Bob. How was a Christmas? It's alright, man. Thank you. Recoil. Always thought that a Space Marine vehicle is hard to get right. T. Smitty says shoulder pad trim is usually torture for you. Understood. You got the brush control techniques from my class are kind of crucial. Understanding the opacity and the moisture. The red wads. You can't see them. Can't see them. Happy New Year to red ones. Thank you so much for that support. That's a 10x multiplier, 230 bonus Yodox for the red ones. The red ones, thank you. Now look, T. Smitty. So, tip of my brush, pull back to my heart, and deliberately not try to get that top shelf, okay? I'm riding low, okay? Riding low on the trim. Always rotating to keep that heart pull. See? Now, change the viewing angle to the top shelf and use the tip of the brush just right in that recess. Using semi-opaque, a little bit wet, and I'm just trying to be as gentle as possible. Now the worst thing that's going to happen is that red gets too deep into the white. No worries, I still got to pin wash the white. That'll be the repair tool if any of that red gets into the white. Still got to put a trim in there, like an inner recess shadow. So here, on this outer, we can actually use the flat of the brush and use the tracer technique and just skirt it horizontally. Rotate when you get to the apex of this curve. Don't get too sloppy though, just keep it going with light brush pressure. Rotate. You never want to make windshield wiper motions. Okay? Now again, change the viewing angle, use the tip. Ride deep, rotate. Ride deep and rotate. And honestly, it's much harder when it's white like this, because that trim is pure white on the inside. So a lot of times if it's black and then you painted a color there, that black is still on the inside of that lip. So you almost don't have to paint it half the time. It's really when you get white laid down like that does it get a little trickier. Okay, so I can detail these on the bike. So we can actually put these on now. It'll actually be easier. I mean, honestly, I should have like left this guy entirely out, but fuck it. We made our bed and we gotta sleep in it. It is not time to put these shoulder pads on. There are things I need to get access to that are going to be kind of tricky. So there's a bunch of shit back there. Tight, 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 tight. So let's grab some of that gray we saved up. Let me see if I could just get in there and just kind of slop it in. So I definitely have to address some of this stuff in here. And you see how I'm rubbing right up against his shoulder? Like that would be, that the shoulder pad would be straight up in the way. So just taking some of that gray we already mixed up. It's kind of wet. It's kind of nasty. Just kind of getting back there just to indicate that I acknowledge that this is the interior. And maybe it's not sprayed with the exact same black the exterior is, you know? Putting some blue down. Gonna put some white down. This will be fun. So I'm going to take some blue and some white from the palette. See if I can kind of just wet glaze. Kind of this shelf right here. Using very wet paint. And I'll just kind of let it just blur itself down in there. And just letting that capillary effect kind of do the work. Okay. The frame of his seat. Gonna kind of take it out of that black. You see, if I turn the light down to what's correct, you can see. So I'm gonna take some more white and blue. Right here. Shout out to Chaos Kev. Holy shit, that's my dude right there. Chaos Kev, I'm going to stipple this one in for you, dedicating this stipple to Chaos Kev. Oh, and B-Core. Sorry, I missed that. It was a double stack. Let me get some strongman love for these two gentlemen. I'm sure the bot's going to shit on somebody. But check it out, guys. I'm just trying to feather in a quick center highlight right there. See that? Kind of just ghostly. Really, really wet sewing machine stipples. And I'm just going to kind of work my way down it. See that? Let's hit this lip too. And I'm just going to move up to something. I'm going to go back in time to something a little darker right here. See, these details are so important because we did so much work on the bike. We got to make sure we hit some of these features. Chaos Cat for all the tech, tips, and motivation in 2021. Keep those lights on in 2022. Let's keep all those hobby fires burning. Thank you so much, brother. And my man, B-Core. Legend. Oh, the bot actually got you both. That's impressive. 230 bonus Yodogs for B-Core and Chaos Kev. Thank you so much, man. What is that? 15? It's 345 bonus for Chaos Kev. 230 for B-Core. Thank you guys for that support. Now, Caskev B Core. We're just walking that slop, right? We're using such high volumes of moisture. And we're just kind of sloppy walking down right here. And I'm not really too committed to too perfect of a blend. Because you don't really need it. Gonna use the stipple right there. Sewing machine action. So look how good that looks. So very little work. Now he's got some pipes you can sort of see right here. So I'm just gonna kind of give them a little love. See that from the cut? Want those pipes to have a little bit. Waldo's, Happy New Year. Thanks for the show and the gifts and the painting knowledge. Waldo's, thank you so much for your support. Can I get some strong man love for Waldo's coming in? Is that like a 3x multiplier attempt? 69 bonus, yo dogs. Fernando Aguilar Cabrera, thank you for the follow. Now, this is where it's going to get tricky. Now, let me see the light. I keep going back between bright and dark light so you can see what we're doing. So what we're going to do is figure out this grate. This grate is going to be kind of annoying. So I'm going to just kind of hit it with some wetness real quick. I'm going to just kind of indicate some slight shine right there. While it's still super wet, let's just bring a little bit more white in right here. And just let it be kind of aggressive like that. Just stop. Stop right there. Okay. Between his legs. Luckily, you're not going to see this because the gun's going to be there. So, fuck it. Just lay some of that gray down right there. Again, snag some of the white up. Again, I'm just going to kind of bring it in, which is some pokes. Bop. Just let it show right there. $39 minutes left. We're off to the races, guys. Thank you for your support. Congrats on the redemptions. Now, I feel good that we jumped right in there and took care of that, but let's take care of some of this other stuff real quick. Let's get some of that gray. Right here. Laid it down wet. Let's snag some of that blue-white mix right off the wet palette. Send it in real wet. Let's pick up a little bit more, but this time with more opacity. I'm going to use the tip, and I'm going to be a little bit more precise. Like so. We'll let that ride for a second. Let's hit this thing. I just picked up some version of the gray right off the palette. Whatever it lands on, I'm going to let it ride. So edge highlighting is easy. But this blocking of details is more of a labor, in my opinion. So that's why I decided to focus on it right now. Okay, so we've got a brighter starting position there on the antenna. Let's hit it with some vertical shine lines.
And his name is John C.
Like that. Rockstar Panda. Rockstar Panda, Happy New Year. Pumped to watch the next year and getting better at painting. Yo, much love, brother. And you see what we did right there? Rockstar Panda with that 5x multiplier with 115 bonus dogs. We just drew that quick dispersed white line in. And see, on this one, it's going to be a horizontal. See? Vertical, horizontal. Okay. Moving on with our life. Let's just throw a little bit of highlight down here. Down here. Nothing too crazy. Just let it ride. Come back to it. We're laying it down. So here's that airbrush gray that we saved again. And I'm laying it down hot and heavy. Okay, this will be a fun one. Let's get some of the highlight. So let's go with right here. And let's just use the heart pull and just kind of do a 3D printer line walking back from here. Okay, stop. Let's go here, center. Might need to pick up a little bit more opacity. And we're just going to walk it out from the center. Okay, stop, go back to the darker gray. Stop, rinse. Get some of the pure darker gray. And we're using very wet paint. You see, what we've got is tri-blend, dark, bright, dark. Then it starts up at bright again right here. So we oppose, the shadow opposes the highlight right there. What we probably want to do is darken right here again. And maybe do a tri-blend as well, where it's brighter on the outsides. It doesn't look like much, but it will once we do an edge highlight. Just kind of smooth that out a little bit. Okay. Moving on with our life, Rockstar Panda. Thank you so much. Let's figure out this front bar. Okay. It's got some stuff down here. We're just going to indicate that we tried. Okay. Using some wet stippling right there. We're just like, hey, look, I tried. Lay it down hot and heavy. Okay. Let's go with our highlight. Again, let's go with that nice highlight, just going straight horizontal relative to the cylinder. Let that capillary effect occur. Okay. Let that chill. We'll go with a lot more opacity and a lot less moisture. And bring in another highlight right there. And let it kind of just dissolve. Come back to it once it's drier. Same deal on some of this stuff we tried on. I'll just kind of jam a little bit of highlight in there. Nothing to write home about. Moving on with my life. Let that dry, let that dry. Let's run it to the wheel wells real quick. Or the rims. Actually, we're supposed to do warm gray there, so let's switch out and put brown back in the gray. Because I think to keep it in line with what we've been doing, we need to have a little brown built in. So real quick, just bright, dark, bright. Super easy, let it ride. So we're back here. Hit this junk, hit these bolts. And this is the warmer gray. Right there. Hit this thing. This thing. Random Space Marine tech. Let that set up. We'll come back to it. Let's rinse it down. 30 minutes left. Plenty of time. Am I going to work on this in the new year, Rockstar Panda? Not on Twitch. Well, it depends. I'm supposed to have the engines of Annihilation in studio, but I don't think they're going to be here by Tuesday. Let's get that thing. You know, let's just hit this for fun. Nothing too crazy. Let's run it back on his chest. Oh, let me get a little bit more opacity on my brush.
Shut the fuck up about Moon Men.
Gon's the Unjust coming in with 15x multiplier. What, 345 yo dogs. Gon's, check it out. He says, hope this end of this shit ass year brings a hell of a better one. Me too, brother. I'm going to stipple in for Gon's. This is a Gon's stipple memorial right here. Stipple in right at the top here. And we'll just walk it down. Like that, Gon's. You see that? So easy. Take a little bit more white. And it's super wet. Just using the sewing machine stroke. Just walk it down those straps. Like that. Let that dry, no worries. Come back to the edge highlight game in a second. Now let's take a quick stop on that. Let that set up for a minute. Here's our gun. So lots of stuff on this gun should also be like that. So let's consider the plan here. Well, it should be red. Actually, most of the casings should be red, honestly. So really just this. So I would say like this section. Right here. Like that. So let's rinse it down. Let's get that off there, Ganj. Let's run into some of our highlight. And let's see what we can make happen here, Ganj. Let's just kind of stipple in right here. Outside. Outside. Stipple, stipple. Let's hit the same kind of position, just kind of like the outside, outside. Just kind of push it in there, dissolve it into that moisture. Some wet glazing. Like that. Oh shit, my man, B-Core. That's my boy right there. Happy New Year. Looking forward to the Guru Knowledge of 2022. Another 345 bonus. Yo, dogs on a double. Yo, dog. Year ender. Can I get some strong man love in the chat right there? Ganj, B-Core. Thank you. Legends. And also, whoever the top D today is, I keep forgetting to say this, wins this fucking Black Templar model with an IOU. So, I don't know how clear I've been about that. And I may have got distracted and forgot to mention it. So I'm not really too worried about it, guys. Just kind of let it dry before you get too worried about like the blends when it comes to this type of like small spot work with the non-metal metallic. Because you might find out really quick that with some edge highlights, you already did your job. Now real quick, let's just kind of reset this to almost white. This is just a trick. So I'm just picked up some white and I'm just kind of, because I'm going to do this thing like a brassy kind of gold color. I just know from experience. Just get that shit much brighter first. Come back to it. Okay? No worries. Congrats on the redemptions, guys. I don't know. There's this like sprocket right here and a little support I missed. Oh, a second. It's like stuck right in the teeth of that thing. I don't know what that thing should be. Kind of feel like I'll do that thing bronze or gold too. Okay, I'm gonna let that shit dry. Let's go back to the car, sidecar. B-Core guns, check it out. Let's take our small X10. Let's pick up some blue. Let's pick up some white. Let's go with high opacity, low moisture. And let's take a look at what we have here. We use the tracer technique. Hold your breath, swing it from right to left. Run it on that seam. Straight skinny lines every time. Okay, I'm using maybe a touch of flow improver to keep the dry time down. Okay. Let's run it in right here. And this usually is what all you need to make it look metallic after some loose. Some loose blending. I mean, look at it, right? Like now you're like, oh yeah, that's metal. Just want to hit those seams, that's it. And so it's all about finding the angle to support the tracer. But sometimes the tracer is just like a trap. Like you're trying to make it work when you could just do a quick heart pull. Like right here. Quick heart pull. Quick heart pull. Now I'm going to stipple these nuts right here. Kowski, thank you for the resub, brother. Seahawks, channel your inner Stone Cold. Smash double-fisted beers and chug them on stage. My inner Stone Cold. That's the bottom line. Love minis. Sidecars have one tire, not tires. That's right. Love minis with the 2x multipliers just coming in hot, reminding us that there's only one tire on a sidecar. And I was very concerned that I was missing a tire earlier. I guess I don't see a lot of sidecars. Okay, let's move on with our life here. Running the tracer. Modified tracer right there. See, and look how instantly like that starts to take on a different feeling once you hit those harsh edges. Now, we can trace here if we're very careful. So you got to be real shallow. And again, right here, real shallow. Rotate. Oh, it's been a while. The newest emote GIF in our sequence. Shout out to Darkside Creations for sponsoring that. Still trying to figure out why motorcycles in space have tires and don't just float. Must be hard to be a biker on a planet with low gravity. The red ones. Oh my goodness. That is 30x multiplier. Am I reading that right? 690 bonus Yodogs for the red ones. Fucking legends. The red ones, holy shit, thank you for your support on this literal last day of the year. Whew. Alright, the red ones, let's go in deep for you. So, as you see, we did some real loose edges, or real loose blending, like I said. Remember, I was like, don't worry about it, because once we get the lines in, it'll ride. And that's what you're seeing right now, okay? We're getting these little boxed edges in, and we're being deliberately disrespectful. So this does kind of go against some of my teachings where I'm like, hey, you got to respect it, got to respect it. Well, you can do this version of the line 30 times and build up respect if you want. But I can just get in there and get it done. So, like, respect is only if you think you're going to make a mistake, which oftentimes you will. But I'm going in knowing that if I'm not paying attention, I can fuck it up. So I'm just doing my best to kind of skip steps. And you see how instantly we get that metallic finish. Same thing here. This is a cylinder, so cylinders have their own rules. So since it's presented horizontally, we built a horizon line. And we're heart pulling right against the dark part of the horizon line. And we're going to continue that here. Rotate. And here. And cylinders can be really easy because like that's already looks like metal. And all we got to do is hit this border right here with a tracer. See that? Kind of messed up right there.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
Your cat! Rub your dicks on the car as you run away! We are gonna have sex in your car! It will happen again!
Grazer. Happy New Year to you and your family and LLP and Next Level Painting Watchers. May 2022 bring health and happiness. Cheers to that. Seahawks. He's trying to get subs off his phones and he's convinced it's impossible. It might be. Now look, Seahawks, I fucked up a little bit. My line got a little fat there, so I'm going to go back in time to the dark gray. And do a little repair work there. I'm going to take some black. Right there. To really reinforce that cylinder. Let's just use some quick heart pulls right there. Super easy. Now, again, this is a cylinder, but it's vertical. So the line got a little wacky. That's okay. We're going to cut it back with some black. And I'm going to use the black to kind of bully the white line a little bit. Because I got a little wacky. And these are the only hard, in my opinion, this is the only hard shit. Is like these long heart pulls on like these tall, skinny, straight compositions, because it's so obvious when your line gets out of whack. So this is where sometimes you just gotta go back and forth till you get it just right. And I'm gonna go, see, I'm even gonna move on to this side. Kind of just build a fuzzier. Right up against that black again. And now I'm gonna take pure white again. And I'm really gonna just try to be careful here. And I was not careful enough. And it's still wet. The good thing is I'm still wet, so I can still maneuver. I still got room to manipulate it. I'm gonna let it dry though for a second. While it's drying, I'm just gonna sneak in here.
His name is John C.
Madman, Happy New Year, brother. Thank you for the support. Let me get some strongman love right there. Madman, thank you so much. 23 bonus, yo dogs. There we go. So this has definitely been the tricky. This, oh my god, I'm just fucking it up endlessly. It's such a tricky spot. Okay, I think I figured out what I need to do. Okay, I built it right up against the black that time. Now what I'll do is I'll get darker. And I'll subtract from that line. And walk it into the black. Skinnier and skinnier. with a little filtering right there. So let that set up, let that dry for a minute. Just have to leave it alone for a second. So then we can kind of just do a glaze, a traditional glaze, and just work it out. Because I'm just kind of running into the wall, trying to do like a standard wet blend there. See, back here, I'm just going to be lazy back here. Check this out. Because we haven't even done any edge highlighting in the black or pin washing yet. So there's all sorts of like areas that are going to just naturally and organically clean up things. And unfortunately, because this is a 360-degree viewing angle, we have to also approach it from this side too. Recoil just snap. Oh my god, you're right. Should just snap this thing off. Snap this little antenna off. So I'm just trying to jump around this thing now. See, because it is 360 degrees, so you have to give yourself another approach. So I'm taking some of the dark gray. Again. Walking it right in. With some more glazing strategies. So a lot of times you'll get the brute force wet blending laid down. And all you gotta do is just dial it in with some traditional glaze. Sometimes I forget to just stop and do that. Get like obsessed. Love minis, just dip it in the paint. You're right. Let's put a little black. All right. That was trickier than I wanted it to be. Let's run it with some of our warm gray. Kind of just some white, black, brown. Holy shit. Dedicating this line to my man B-Core. B-Core coming in with the legendary support. Holy shit. Is that another... God damn it. Is that 15? $345 Yo-Dogs. Bonus to B-Core. Ooh, B-Core. You going after this Black Templar workup? I know you love Black Templar. And so what we're doing is just cutting in some harsh lines right here, B-Core. Not too worried about how thick they are right now. Just gonna box them in. See? And how even like how those sloppy lines start to make it look kind of metallic. And what we'll do is go back in time. Some black and some gray. And we'll just kind of subtract.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
You're cuffed! Rub your dicks on the car as you run away. We are gonna have sex in your car. It will happen again.
Go boy! Hashtag Dirty Mike Life exclamation point Prius. Whoa. That's not a number I see every day. 16, 66. That's not even a number. That's a 2.5. 57.5 yo dogs. Now check it out, B-Core, Go Boy. A little bit darker gray. Okay. Now I'm going to run back to the highlight and just pop it out a little bit more.
His name is John C.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? The red ones, holy shit. I said, yo numbers are overrated. Are they? Because you just picked up another 460 bonus donuts for the red ones. Holy shit, guys. Thank you for the support. I did not come into today expecting... Or even, I mean, I guess I can always rely on you guys to be amazing, but thank you guys. I do appreciate the support. Shout out to Love Minnie's doing her best to keep up with everything. I think it's 345 for B-Core. 5 minutes left, and look how much awesome non-metal metallic we got. In just such a short amount of time. It's almost like it's secretly easy. The procedure. Cylinders are honestly just the easiest to conceptualize, in my opinion. Right? We just need to get a bright line right here. Heart pull. Now, let's clean that up a little bit by going back in time with our gray. Right there. Let's pick up some of that black for Grazer. Right there. Grazer, thank you so much. 23 bonus. Also, Orc Pride with the resub, 63 months back to back. He says, Happy New Year, sir. Orc Pride legend. How were the holidays for you, brother? So we're building that horizon line right there because this cylinder is presented horizontally. Got a hair right here. Pull it off. You see, just literally two-tone like that. And it just instantly starts to look like the metal. Right? What the fuck? Oh my god. Guys. Holy shit. B-Core. Is that another like 640 bonus Yodogs? Feel like we have new entries into the Heretic Swag Club coming right now. Holy shit. B-Core, my man. And the red ones. Thank you guys. This dueling is just Draw dropping, guys. Thank you. So, I'm going to do a really good job on this Black Templar. Oh my goodness.
30 seconds in, hit him with an F5. Hit it back so hard he feel it in the next life. Pull him over that shoulder just like a man.
The red one says just topping up. Holy shit, the red ones. I'm making it a little bit more extreme right here at the top. Red ones and B core, you see, because I feel like it could just be a little bit more punchy right there. And so I just put a swath of the bright gray, and now I'm putting the old dark gray in there. And kind of just using the capillary effect to push it around to get that blend to occur. Just like so. Now, we don't have to worry too much about any slop getting over the top here, because I haven't even done edge highlighting or anything like that. But literally, it would just be an exercise in taking black, you know, just cutting it out until it fades into nothing, you know? But I just want a little bit more intrigue back there. You know, but I think that the shoulders are going to block most of that now. And so, like, we just had to get in there and make something happen. We have a minute left in the show. No overtime. B-Core, the legend. Reset the clock. Just as I was saying that. I'm using a tracer that I kind of fucked up right there. So we're just cutting those frames in, which are really important. You see how much it transforms the effect once you get that perimeter cut in like that. And Lisa Fur Twitch, thank you for the follow and the sub. Get some hype right there. Now I got a little fat right there, so let's grab our darker gray. And just subtract from that. The red ones, reset it. Merry late Christmas? Question mark. And both of those 230 bonus Yodogs each. Hello. Let's make this happen real quick, okay? The red ones, check it out. Transparent yellow. Kind of raw dog. Heart pull. Spread it out nice and even. Let's take some of this brown. Maybe some gray got in there, that's fine. Let it kind of just blend into that yellow. Okay, so just let that dry for a split second, right? Because it's kind of wet, kind of loose. Okay, just a quick kind of indication of where it's going. Let's do kind of the same tech right here. Bring some of that transparent yellow in over this little spot. And this is just like dirty brown gray, kind of just slung into it. Like so. Let that ride. Now we've got some red. We'll throw some red in. to the yellow. Right? Put some brown into that. Still some of that gray. Let's just let that chill. Okay. Hit some of that. Take a little white. Hit that for now. Placeholder. I want to do that tip of that gun before we get out of here. Now here, look, I'm just going to glaze right over this. Like that. Because we already did the workup just in black and white, right? Look at that accent. Look how simple that was. Oh, it's my boy NR. What's up, homie? My boy Neil. Happy New Year's, brother. Exclamation point wild card. We're running the wild card raffle right now. So let's take some white and yellow into the mix. Right there. Just like that. Let's run some of the redder version. Right there. Right there. Okay. Switch to the small brush. Let's grab the black and the brown. Maybe some of the red. A little too wet. We're not getting the stick I want right now. It's okay. Just spread it out smooth. We're doing a horizon line down here low. Let's take some white. A little bit of that yellow. Heart pull right here. See that? Just kind of cut in those frames. So we need it to dry. We'll establish a better sense of the horizon line. But like you see, we always oppose the shadow right there. because it's long enough, we can do kind of a secondary kind of shine line up here. And see, I'm letting it be kind of desaturated deliberately. Want to catch these vents, the lower line at least. Like that. Right there. Let's just see if we can get that shine. Let's get a little moisture. Kind of walk it. Up here a little bit. You see, it's just a cylinder. Remember how we were talking about how cylinders work? It's really that simple. So just wanted to put down a little bit of that yellow gold effect before we got out of here and did all the giveaways. So that way at least like some like partial elements of this sidecar have been addressed. You can see we've got the foundation of the non-metallic workup, the details, everything. And this guy is going to be like a whole other model, right? Crazy Cyber, just tell how many is the number you need.